Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Gabrielle and welcome back to our 12-week glow up challenge. This is week 2 to our glow up series, and if you're curious to know more about what I'm talking about, I will share up here and down below in the description the 12-week challenge that I'm talking about. This is all about glowing up, and every single week I'm going to deep dive into what exactly it is that I'm doing. So if you're interested, then check out either up there or down below. I will share my starting point, a little introduction of the series, as well as our week 1 video. Now, as you probably can tell from the title, today we are going to be discussing something that I find is super important in feeling really confident, feeling put together, feeling like the best version of yourself, and that is makeup. We are going to establish what your signature makeup look is. Now, when it comes to finding your signature makeup, depending on what kind of person you are or what you like, I mean, we're going to be deep diving into all of those over the course of this video. Your signature makeup look might look completely different to mine. It might look completely different to your sisters, your moms, your aunts, your friends, whatever, because it is specific to you, your facial features, what you want to define, how you want to apply makeup, what your skin tone and type is. So of course it's going to be different for everyone. These are going to be some tips and tricks to help define yours, and I will also be applying my signature makeup as we are going through some of these tips. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and join on this 12-week challenge. My channel, of course, is all about makeup looks, becoming the best version of yourself, glowing up, becoming that girl. If that sounds something that you're interested in learning more about, I would love to have you part of the family. So hit the subscribe button down below. Without any further ado, let's get into today's video. So the first tip is to understand your facial features as well as your preferences. I want you to take a mirror and just look at your face. So I have a mirror right here. Now, I just want you to kind of analyze your face. What is it that you really like? What features do you love about your face? Do you have really full brows that you love to define and shape your face? Do you love the shape of your eyes or your lips? Do you have like pouty lips that you really like to enhance, or your facial structure? Do you have really high cheekbones or sculpted face? Whatever it is, I want you to identify those. Use that as kind of your anchor to defining your signature look. It's all about feeling like yourself, but enhancing the features that you feel most confident about, that make you feel like the most you. What I find really helpful is after you kind of identify those features is to look for celebrities, models, influencers, whoever, who have similar facial features like yours, and start saving their makeup looks. Like, what is it that they are doing to those facial features that really enhance them? So for example, if you have really like bushy, beautiful brows, you might be looking at Lily Collins, for example, because she has really big, bushy, beautiful brows. So that might be some inspiration that you look. How does she style her eyebrows to really define her face? If you're looking for someone who has similar lips to yours, they're plush, they're voluminous, then you might be looking at someone like Angelina Jolie, or even Kendall Jenner or Hailey Bieber. How are they wearing their lips? What kind of makeup products are they using? Find out what celebrities and models, etc., have those facial features that are similar to yours, and start saving the photos of the makeup that they're wearing that you like the most. So next we're going to experiment with different styles. And this is all about finding the style that you are most gravitated towards. A couple different examples of different makeup styles would include a more natural look. Some people might call it the no makeup look, or the model off-duty look. Does that resonate with you? Or do you want more of a soft glam? So still keeping it a little bit natural, but there's some features that are a little bit more bold, whether that be your eyes. You might have more of a smokiness to your eyes. You might wear a bold color. Things where it looks like you're wearing makeup, but it's not a full glam. You might also like more of a full glam, something that's really bold, dramatic, more of a kind of evening look, but as your everyday look. Try to establish what you like. And what I find the most beneficial to discovering what your preferred style is again, what celebrities do you love? What are they wearing? Do you resonate with their makeup? And try to identify what that style is. Does it really look like a no makeup look, or does it look more like a soft glam? And then identify what it is that you like about those. Once you kind of decide like, oh, I'm definitely gravitating towards that soft glam look. Go into Pinterest and type in soft glam. Scroll through all of those makeup looks that have soft glam and start pinning them to a Pinterest board called My Signature Look Soft Glam or My Signature Makeup Look Model Off Duty. So you're going to create a board that's a plethora of inspiration for you to gravitate towards and kind of gain inspiration when you're feeling a little bit unsure of how to do your makeup. Once you define your makeup look, your makeup style, and what features you want to enhance, you are going to practice doing these makeup looks until you find the products that you love, the makeup application that you love, techniques you love that are going to create the foundation, the building blocks of your signature makeup look so that it becomes effortless and easy to do. It may not be quick, but it will just feel like second nature. And this might be a little bit of trial and error, a little bit of experimenting. Make it a fun day. Put on a YouTube makeup tutorial or just look at a makeup inspo and start playing around and trying to recreate that look and see how it works on you. It might be a different contouring technique or highlighting or blush application technique. It's all about experimenting until you find out what works best for you. Okay, tip number 3 is about creating a versatile base. This is where I'm gonna start applying some makeup. Now, when it comes to really flawless makeup application, this is something that I think is a go-to for everyone despite what kind of makeup vibe you're going for or aesthetic, is a really nice base. And I think that the foundation of a nice foundation base application is skincare prep. Sometimes that might include applying a primer based on your skin type or skin goals, but at the base of it all is proper skincare prep. And that's going to be cleansing your skin, applying some hydrating moisturizers and serums, something that's really going to create a nice smooth base so that makeup just applies beautifully on your face. With my skin type, which is a little bit more normal to dry, is apply really hydrating serums and moisturizers and oils so that my face is nice and hydrated and that my makeup and foundation doesn't cling to dry spots. If you tend to be a little bit more oily, then you may want to start off with a primer that has a mattifying effect, or something that kind of blurs out your pores so that the foundation doesn't sink into them. Depending on what your skin type is, you may have to apply some type of primer so that your makeup really flawlessly applies onto the skin. Like I said, have normal to dry skin. I do lots of hydrating skin prep, and then I apply my sunscreen. I let that sit for a little bit before I go right into makeup because I find that it might pill if I go in too quickly. And I have 2 different primers that I absolutely love for really just like creating that perfect hydrated base. The first one is this Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Hydrating Primer. And the other one is the DIOR Backstage Face and Body Primer in 001 Universal. Both of these are very similar. They kind of have maybe a little bit of a dimethicone or some type of silicone in them, but they feel kind of like a moisturizer. I'm using the Giorgio Armani. And I'm just going to first start at the center of my face and then blend out. If you have a more oily skin type, you might be going in with a more mattifying, blurring primer. You can also choose to completely skip on this step if primers don't work for you. And primers for me are really like a day-by-day decision. Sometimes I wear them, sometimes I don't. It kind of just depends on how my skin is looking and feeling. And if I feel like it needs a little bit of that extra slip and glide, I'll go in with a primer. Now, depending on what your personal preference is, you might like a more of a lighter coverage, you might prefer a higher coverage foundation, but I think that if you're just starting out or you're not quite sure what coverage you like, I think that less is more, especially at the beginning, because you can always build and add more coverage. So I like going in with more of a light foundation and then applying concealer to where I want to add a bit more coverage. So for example, if you have some hyperpigmentation spots that you're looking to cover, or some blemishes or some darkness around your eyes, then you can apply your concealer to help mask that. Rather than using your foundation, a really high coverage foundation, to cover it all, I feel like it can kind of take away from that natural skin look. However, I will say that if you love a full coverage foundation, it works for you and you feel the most confident and you in that, then absolutely do that. But I think that if you're just starting out and really trying to find out what looks best, start with less and build up. So my preference is always to apply a little bit more of a lightweight foundation and then use a medium coverage concealer to help with some of the veins, the discoloration, if I have a blemish or some just hyperpigmentation in and around my face. So there's a couple foundations that I love that are a little bit late to buildable. The first one is the Vital Skin Foundation by WESTMAN Atelier. It is a stick foundation and you can go ahead and apply this directly on your face and then blend out. But I think that if you want that nice wash and you want to build it up, put it on a brush first and then apply it. The other one that I like, which is even less coverage, is the FARA HOMIDI Essential Face Compact in the color Creme. And it is a kind of like foundation highlight duo, and this is called a veil. So it's not giving a ton of coverage, but it just kind of minimizes any redness, discoloration. So I have been loving this because I do prefer that no makeup look, that model off duty look. So we are going to go in with this today and then build up our coverage with concealer. I'm actually going to be using the brush that you can purchase with the foundation. I like to apply the product, whatever product that you're using, how it actually recommends that you apply it, because this is when you're going to get the best application. So this product specifically, you're supposed to start at the center of your face and then in light sweeping motions, drag out. And again, this is super duper light coverage. So this is one side. This is the other. It's very, very minimal, but it kind of helped just even out my skin tone, minimize a little bit of that redness. So foundation is done, or like that kind of veil coverage is done. But now that I want to add a little bit more coverage, we're gonna go in with our concealer. Again, concealer choices are really going to depend on kind of what your skin type is, what your preferences are. Generally, I find that a bit more of a matte concealer works great for blemishes, whereas a creamier concealer works better for under the eyes. I really enjoy the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Perfect Concealer, and I have shade 3.75, and I just add a very little amount to the inner corner and just do a couple little dots. And you don't have to follow this exact application. It's just is really going to depend on where you would like to add a bit more coverage. So mine is in and around my mouth, on this blemish, and any points where I find there's a bit more discoloration. So I'm going to take this concealer brush by Hourglass and just kind of do light tapping motions, tapping and sweeping motions to blend that all in. And I love Hourglass brushes. I think that they're just so good. I think they make some of the best brushes. So if you are in the market looking for some really good makeup brushes that just effortlessly blend your makeup, try Hourglass. I have not been disappointed by any of their makeup brushes. So here is our base complete. If you're using these products, you have a similar skin type and similar kind of makeup look that you want to achieve, then I definitely recommend these products because they just do such a great job and they have such versatility that you can really build up coverage. For example, sometimes I have a little bit more darkness under my eyes or a few more blemishes or hyperpigmentation, and you really can build up from this depending on how your skin is acting that week, which I love. You want to choose products again that work with your skin type, that match the signature makeup look that you're trying to achieve, and that you just feel comfortable wearing every day. You don't want it to feel too heavy. You want to feel confident. You want to feel like yourself. So having your base is perfect. So our next step is our facial features. So enhancing our facial features, whatever that might be, whether it's your eyebrows, your eyes, your lips, your cheekbones, we are going to be playing around with this. This is where you really can adapt the look. So for me, I like to define a couple of features. The first one being my facial structure and my cheekbones. I like to have really defined carved out cheekbones. And the product that I love to use is the WESTMAN Atelier contour stick in the shade Biscuit. There are a couple other shades that are a bit deeper or warmer. I've been trying this new technique that I really like, and you can kind of see there's this natural shadow that runs along here. It gives that very Angelina Jolie, like sculpted look, and I really like that. So you want to suck in and follow that line. The absolute key to flawless makeup, regardless of what your makeup type is, your signature look is blending. This is like going to make your makeup look good no matter what. And it's really just about taking your time, using the right products as well, and the right brushes. I find brushes really make a huge difference when it comes to blending out your products. And honestly, just taking your time. So I just really take my time doing this, especially with contour, because I feel like contour can easily look muddy, and I just do kind of like tapping, stippling motions with an upwards stroke. Now, if you don't want to define your cheekbones, or that's not something that you care about, you can totally skip this step. But I wanted to show you some of my facial features that I like to enhance with makeup. And it kind of casts this little shadow that gives you a little bit of that defined bone structure. I like defining my eyebrows, not because I have super blessed, beautiful, bushy eyebrows, but because I don't have a lot of bushy eyebrows. I do like to always apply a little bit of brow pencil to enhance my eyebrows, make them look a little bit fuller, give the illusion of thicker brows. And brows are so great because they really frame your face. I think if you do them softly and brush them up, then you can make them look really natural. I also like to define my lash line, give it a little bit more of a smoky look. And they're all kind of the same shade. I like to use kind of a medium brown. This Makeup Forever pencil in Endless Cocoa. I also like the WESTMAN Atelier iPod in Chocolat. And then the Laura Mercier strapless caviar eye stick to use the Makeup Forever. And this is just smudging it into my lash line to give a little bit more of a fuller look to my eyelashes. And I like brown because it's a kind of smoky and a little bit more subtle than a black. I like doing a bit more of a catty effect, so I focus on the ends of my lashes. So I do curl, lifts my lashes, but it also gives my eye a little bit of an eye lift. It really opens everything up. Mascara, I love the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. This is like my go-to mascara. I think mascara is also super personal because there's so many different mascaras that might give more of a lengthening effect and a separating effect, or a really volumizing, luminous, thick kind of lash. I like this because it really separates and lengthens, and that is what I feel looks best on me. I also really like to kind of draw out that cat eye by emphasizing on the ends of my lashes and also avoiding my lower lash. And because I've been practicing this signature look for so long, like this is just my go-to, what I do, but it definitely did take some trial and error and playing around with, experimenting, looking and gaining for inspiration and kind of mimicking what others are doing. I feel like for me, my makeup look isn't complete without a bit of color added back to my face, a little bit of glowiness and dewiness. I definitely find that juicy, glowy, dewy skin is part of my signature look. I love having that like healthy radiance. I do think that blush does help to add some of that radiance back into your skin. It just gives that healthy flush and glow. So just a touch of blush. And even though I do have lots of radiance and dew, we're all about adding a little bit more. I have two that I absolutely love, the Chanel Wonderful, and then I also recently started using the Tata Harper Flashy Cream Highlight. Is really, really easy to work with. And just tap it into the points that you want to kind of highlight. And because I don't want this area to look too shiny, powder. This is part of my everyday. I just take a bit of powder and really just press it into that like inner triangle to mattify and set that concealer under the eyes by Givenchy. It's the Prisme Libre in the pink shade, Voile Rosé. And it just brightens, sets, it's gorgeous. And then the last part of my signature makeup look is juicy, plump, full looking lips. And oh my goodness, I have been obsessed with this FARA HOMIDI Smudge and Contour Lip Pencil. This is in the shade, no, that's not the shade. What shade is this? Du. And I'm not overlining, I'm just kind of following the natural shape of my lip, but my lip color kind of just fades. And this is like such a good match. And the product I've been loving, absolutely loving, for super juicy, plump lips is the Atelier Lip Wrap Reviving Balm. There's no color at all to this. It feels so good on the lips. Super hydrating, adds the most beautiful gloss. And here is my completed signature makeup look. Very minimal, no makeup, model off duty kind of everyday makeup. I feel like it's simple, it's polished, but most importantly, it feels like me, and I feel my most confident and put together with this style of makeup. The key to a signature look is consistency, it's practice, it's playing around with what works for you. You want to just practice it until it becomes second nature. Like, it's just like, these are my go-to products, this is how I do my makeup. It's just like easy and simple. And this is how you can look and feel your best with minimal effort and really embody that best version of yourself. Finding your signature makeup look is such a personal journey, and I hope that these tips help you discover your signature makeup look to make you feel beautiful and confident and like your best version of you. I'd love to hear about your signature makeup look, so let me know down in the comment section what your makeup look is, what maybe your favorite makeup product is, and how you apply it to really get that signature look and really make it you. A finishing touch when it comes to feeling and looking your best, and that is a signature fragrance. Find a fragrance that is so you, and to help you find this, really identify like what kind of notes you love. Are they warm and toasty and maybe like vanilla? Do you like more woodsy, musky, a little masculine, or light, fresh, floral, sea breeze? Like, find out what those notes are and find a perfume that really embodies that. I am very like seasonal oriented, and in the cooler months, the fall weather, I love this YSL perfume. This is the Prisme Libre Intense, and it's so wonderful. It has a very like sexy, smoky, sweet, warm notes to it, and I absolutely love this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you'd like to join me on a glow up journey and really becoming the best version of yourself. And if that resonates with you, subscribe, be a part of the community, and hit the bell notification if you don't want to miss out on a video. I post every single week, sometimes twice a week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.